Hello everyone, this is Chandan. Hope all you are doing well. Welcome to the learning field. Okay, so this is the numerical analysis lecture series video 6. Okay, in the lecture 5 we already discussed, or we already take 5 classes of numerical analysis. This is lecture 6, and in the last lecture, that is in the lecture 5, we already discussed what? We already discussed the I think Lagrange, sorry, Lagrange nahi, so Newton forward and backward interpolation formula. Okay, and in lecture 4 we already discussed Lagrange interpolation formula, and in this lecture we discussed the Newton's divided difference formula. Okay, and one more thing is that I will take the classes of numerical analysis. Some classes are live class and some are recorded class. Okay, all of you are, I request that all of you please go to the playlist section. Okay, please go to the playlist of the channel section, channel page. Okay, playlist, and choose the playlist for numerical analysis, and for GATE aptitude also you always go to the playlist section. Okay, and choose the respective playlist, and you get all the videos of the corresponding topic. Okay, so playlist for numerical analysis, playlist for LPP, playlist for GATE mathematics, that is GATE previous year solutions, playlist of GATE aptitude solution. These all are playlist. All the playlists are available in the playlist section. You all, I request, because all of you are already comment me, sir, we can't find the lectures, all lectures. Okay, so that's why I share that always you go to the playlist section of channel, because in the latest YouTube update there are videos, there are some columns. Okay, videos and live sessions, बिकॉज पहले क्या होता था, जो वीडियोस एंड लाइव सेशंस होता था वो सब एक में ही रहता था. ठीक है, अब जो नया अपडेट में जो लाइव सेशंस है उसका एक अलग टैब आ गया. ठीक है, मतलब यूट्यूब ऐप में जब आप जाओगे लेटेस्ट ऐप में, तो ये लाइव करके एक अलग कोई एक चैनल का पेज में जाओगे तो लाइव करके एक अलग सा कॉलम आ गया. तो उस कॉलम में सिर्फ लाइव मिलेगा, एंड वीडियोज़ में सिर्फ मतलब जो वीडियोज़ रिकॉर्डेड अपलोड होता है वो वीडियो मिलेगा. ठीक है, so that's why I always request that always go to the playlist section to find easily the corresponding playlist or corresponding lectures. Okay, so we now start the Newton's divided difference. Okay, just a second. So Newton's divided difference formula. Okay, suppose the function y equal to fx, just a second, suppose the functions y equal to fx knows at the points x0, x1, xn, and yi equal to fxi, I equal to 0, 1 to n, the points x0, xi need not be equispaced. So this is a very important thing which is here, that the points of the interpolation, of this interpolation, the points are not necessarily the equispaced. Okay, so I already said in case of Lagrange's interpolation, and in case of divided difference also, the points or the nodes may not be or need not be equispaced. Okay, but in case of Lagrange forward and Lagrange backward interpolation formula, the nodes or points must be equispaced. Okay, so from the definition of divided difference of the second order, this is the definition: f of x0 x, this is equal to fx minus fx0 by x minus x0. That's why you can always calculate f of x0 x1. If we simply put, then this is equal to fx1 minus f of x0 by x1 minus x0. This is the definition, or this is how can we define the divided difference of second order. Okay, this is the first divided difference which is of second order. Okay, so fx equal to, from this we can write fx equal to fx0 plus x minus x0, f of x0 fx. This is the point in which we have to do the interpolation, and this is the point of interpolation in which point we have to find the value of the given value of the function fx. Okay, we are in the function which the analytical formula of this function is unknown. Okay, this is the interpolation, you all know that. So third order divided difference, f x0 x1 x, this is equal to f of x0 x1, these two order, then f of x0 x, this by x1 minus x. Okay, so you can write this implies this f of x0 x1 equal to f of x0, sorry, f of x0 x, this is equal to f of x0 x1 minus plus x minus x1 into f of x0 x1 and x. Okay, so this implies you can write simply f of x equal to f of x0 minus x x0 f of x0 x1 and x minus x0 into what, the x minus x1 f of x0 x1 and x. Okay, so in general, the general formula which we use in case of calculation, this is equal to this one. Okay, fx equal to f of x0 plus x minus x0 into f of x0 x1, x minus x0 into x minus x1 into f of x0 x1 x2 plus so on, plus the last term, that is the nth term, is f of x0 x minus x0 x minus x1 x minus xn into f of x0 x1 xn and x. Okay, so this is known as the Newton fundamental or Newton's general interpolation formula, or the divided difference formula. Okay, now the divided difference table, which is very important, because based on this table we solving the problems regarding the divided difference table, and in the BSc classes we already do the calculations, or we already do the practical in the numerical analysis sections, I think. So this is x, this is a table with the 4 values x0 x1 x2 and x3. Okay, so fx0 fx1 fx2 and fx3. Then the first one is what, the divided difference between these two. Okay, this is the second order divided difference. So this is equal to f of x0 x1 f of x1 and x2 f of x2 and x3, and the next is in between what, in between these 3 points, taking these 3 points and taking these 3 points. Okay, so f of x0 x1 and x2, this one, and then f of x1 x2 and x3, this one, and f of x0 x1 means what, f of x0 x1, we already defined this. This is equal to what, f of x1 minus f of x0 by x1 minus x0. Similarly, in case of second order divided difference, we get what, after simplifying we get, I think, f of x1 x2 and x3, this is equal to this one, f of what, x1 x2 minus f of x2 x3 by x3 minus x1, and if we simplify then this, then we get also the other or simplify formula. Okay, so the next term is this one, f of x0 x1 x2 and x3, and we calculate also these terms, x0 minus x1, or you can also calculate x1 minus x0, this term also. Okay, because when we calculate these terms, we need these terms. See the first case, so these terms are need, which are the this in this position. Okay, that is the denominator position, x minus x0. Then the second term, in case of the second term, which is equal to x minus x0, sorry, yes, this one. Okay, x minus x0, so x1 minus x0, x2 minus x0, these terms, that's why we calculate these terms. Okay, so this is the case. Now if we take the error term, or if we calculate the error term, then the error term for the Newton's divided difference formula is equal to x minus x0 x minus x1 x minus xn into f of x0 x1 on and x. Okay, so this is equal to x minus x0 x minus x1, this is plus f n plus 1 xi by n plus 1 factorial. This is the error term, and we all know that the xi is lies between minimum of x0 x1 xn x and maximum of x0 x1 xn and x. Okay, so this is the error term for Newton's divided difference, or Newton general interpolation, you can say. Okay, now if we take an example, the example is find the value of y when x equal to 1.5 from the following table. So this is the given table. Okay, using Newton divided difference formula. So here this is the x0, this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, and this is x4. So this is a interpolation with the table with 5 points, x0 to x4. Okay, so these are the given points. And now what, so fx0 equal to this one, fx2, fx1, fx2, fx3, and fx4. Okay, now if we calculate first term, f of x0 x1, then this is equal to fx1 minus fx0 by x1 minus x0, and this is equal to this. Now we going to the table. Okay, so this is the x, so this is x0, this is x1. So we calculate the terms, f of fx, this minus this term equal to this term, this minus this term equal to this term, this minus this term equal to this, sorry, this minus this by this, then we get this. Okay, so this we already calculate here, that f of x0 minus f of x1 minus x0 by x1 minus x0, we get this term. That's why here we calculate how. So divide the difference table is this minus this by this minus this. Okay, that is here we calculate these terms, xi minus x0. Okay, so these terms xi minus xi minus 1. Okay, so then this term minus this term by this. Okay, then after calculation, first a column, then second column is this term minus this term by what, by here this 7 minus 1 term. Okay, that is this 6 term. Okay, so this is corresponding to this is corresponding to this, and this 5 is corresponding to this. Okay, so this minus this by this term. Okay, now the next one is this term minus this term by what, by here the 9. Okay, the difference between this and this. Okay, so this is the table and this is the calculation method. Okay, you can say. And now we put just the values in this formula. Okay, so y at 0.5 we have to calculate at the point 0.5, or this is the interpolating point. This is equal to f of x0 plus x minus x0 f of x0 x1, and this formula. Okay, we just put these values. We all know that the values okay, f of x0 x1 means this value. Okay, f of x0 x1 x2 means what, this value. F of this term means this value, and the last term f of x0 x1 x2 x4 means this value. Okay, so these are the 4 values which we need in the formula, and we all know that the x0 x1 x2 x3 x4 terms. So if we just put the values, then we get here answer is 0.8922 is the answer. Okay, so this is the class for today, and this is a small class on the Newton divided difference. And I also decide that I also take the classes for Hermite interpolation in the next class, and the spline interpolation also, because these two interpolations are very important. The questions come from these two interpolations in CSIR net, and it may also comes in GATE exam. Okay, because in the GATE exam the syllabus is already say only 2 interpolation. Okay, Lagrange and Newton, but the questions may comes, you cannot predict the questions, because it's happened in the differential equation that I think there is also the 2 formulas or 2 methods in the series solution. I think there is only 2 types of polynomial, like Bessel's polynomial. We already said, listen, that Bessel's polynomial, and one more thing is that, I think I forget that, and one more thing is that this type of polynomials, Bessel's function, and one more thing is that there is I think in the syllabus, but there is a questions in GATE 2020 which is based on Legure polynomial, but this Legure polynomial is not mentioned in the syllabus. Okay, so it's happened in the GATE exam. Okay, so based on this the questions comes, I think in GATE 2020. Okay, so that's why and these interpolations are also very important in any other exam, so that's why we also read these 2 interpolations. One is Hermite interpolation and second one is spline interpolation. Okay, so thank you for today. This is the class. If the content is helpful, then please like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe the channel. Thank you, friends. And one more request is that we are very close to 1K subscribers, so please do like, share with your friends. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप लोगों को आपका फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर कीजिए, ठीक है. तो if we complete as soon as possible the 1K subscriber. Okay, so thank you.